Good morning, students. So in the last video we have seen about while loop. So now we will be seeing how do while loop works. It is do while loop is exit control loop statement that is available in C. It helps the programmer to repeat certain block of true statements repeatedly till the given condition is true. Whenever the given condition becomes false, then the loop terminates. So what does it mean? It means, if you see the flow diagram, you will understand it. It is exit control loop statement. Exit control loop statement in the sense, the condition is checked at the end of the loop before the loop repeats. Okay. The major difference between while and do while is that the given condition is false for the first time, then the body of the do while works at least once, whereas no execution of while loop. This is the flow diagram of while loop. As you are able to see here, at the beginning itself, the condition is checked. If this condition is true, only then it is going to enter the block of the loop, true block loop. Otherwise, it will just come out of the loop without even executing any single statement of the loop block. Whereas if you see in do while loop, in do while, you can see the flow diagram here. It first enters the true block of loop statement. It executes the set of statements that are there inside this block at least once, and then it checks the expression. That is the condition. If this condition is true, then it repeats the loop. Otherwise, it will just come out of the loop and it will start executing the next statements. So that is the major difference between while and do while. That is, if the given condition is false for the first time, then the body of the do while works at least once, whereas no execution of while loop. That is, even if the condition is false in do while, it executes the block of loop statements at least once. It's because the condition is checked at the end of the loop, right? So that is the main difference. Let's see the syntax. So what is the syntax? Syntax is do opening and closing brace. Within this opening and closing brace, we write the set of statements that have to be repeated, which we call it as a true block of loop statements. And at the end of the closing brace, we write while, and in the expression the condition. And after that we write the semicolon. Whereas for while loop, there was no semicolon after the expression. We'll have a look once. So you can see here, for the while loop, we are not going to put the semicolon after the expression because the body of the while loop ends after the closing brace. So we cannot put a semicolon here. So while expression, opening and closing brace, this is the syntax. Okay. Whereas for the do while, as the condition is checked at the end of the loop, we are going to put the semicolon after writing the expression. Okay, that is you can see here. Yeah, you can see here. So now let's see how a do while loop executes. So we will take the same problem which we had used for a while loop, that is printing of hello world. Now I have taken here to display hello world n times. Okay, n means I'm going to ask the user how many times you want to print hello world. So that count is nothing but n. So as usual, our program starts with include stdio.h, as we are going to use printf and scanf statements. Then include conio.h, as I'm using clear screen. So void main is the body of the function. Then opening and closing brace, within which we are supposed to write the body of the program. So int, I am taking two integer variables I and n. I is a counter and n is the number of counts that the user is going to give. So we are going to write printf, enter the value of n. Now when this is printed on the screen, suppose if the user enters n as 10, it means he wants to print hello world 10 times. Then I perform scanf %t %n, that means read the value and store it in the variable called n. Initially I am setting I is equal to 1. Now the do while syntax is do and the set of instructions within the opening and closing brace, and at the end we are going to write the while condition. So I am saying do, that is perform. What it has to perform? Printf hello world. So it is going to print hello world. And then I am going to increment I value. So let's see. Initially when I is equal to 1, it will print hello world, right, without checking any condition. Now after it has printed, within this body already I have incremented I because I have already printed once. So now I will become I is equal to I plus 1, which is equal to 1 plus 1. It becomes 2. Now at the end of the loop, we have the while and condition. So in this condition, what we are checking? We are checking is I less than or equal to n. N here is 10. So I am checking is I less than or equal to 10. Yes, if this condition is true, only then it will repeat the loop. So as our I value is 2, so 2 is less than 10, so it will enter the loop or it will repeat it. So the second time it is going to print hello world. It will print hello world, hello world. Then it will increment I. Now I value was 2, now it becomes 3. So after incrementing, it is going to check the condition, that is I less than n, that is I less than or equal to n, that is 10, is 3 less than or equal to 10, yes, true. Then it will say repeat the loop, right? So this goes on So it will print hello world, right? This goes on until I value is equal to 11. Okay. See, let's say I value is 9. It has repeated the loop and now the I value is 9. Now it will check, is I less than 10? Is I less than or equal to 10? Is I less than or equal to n? That is 9 less than or equal to 10? Yes. It will repeat. It will print hello world. Now it will print hello world. Then it will increment I value. So I now becomes I is equal to 9 plus 1. It becomes 10. Then it will check, is 10 less than or equal to 10? Yes, it is true because we have put here equal to symbol, right? It is still true. So it will repeat the loop. It will print again hello world, right? Then it will increment I value from 10. I will now become 11. It will check, is 11 less than or equal to 10? Now the condition is false. Now when the condition is false, it will come out of the loop and it will start executing the statement that is just after the while statement. Okay. So by this time, it has printed hello world 10 times. I hope you have understood how do while works. Now similar to that, we have a program here to display 1 to n numbers. Now instead of writing hello world, I am just print the number I. The rest of the statements in the program are same. So here if the user has entered n as 100, so it will print right from 1 to 100. When the value of I becomes 101, it will come out of the loop, right? The next problem is to find sum and average of 1 to n numbers. Okay. So in this program, we are going to say enter the numbers, enter n. N is how many numbers average and sum you want to find out. Then we are going to scan the number. After scanning, we are initializing I value as 1 and we are saying perform, that is do sum is equal to sum plus I. And now I am incrementing I is equal to I plus plus. So initially the value of sum was 0 because we have initialized it as 0. So when I perform sum is equal to sum plus I value is initially 1. So it will perform 0 plus 1. See, what is our program? Our program is to find sum and average of 1 to n. That is, I have to, if the user says n is 5, it means I have to find sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Up to 5 I need to find the sum. So we are going to perform sum is equal to sum plus I. So now sum becomes 1. Now once sum becomes 1, I am incrementing I am incrementing by 1. So I plus plus means I is incremented by I is equal to I plus 1. So I value was 1. Now 1 plus 1, it becomes 2. So this 2 is checked. See, before it repeats the loop, we have while and the condition. So it will check the condition, is I less than or equal to n. Here n is nothing but 5 here. So is 2 less than or equal to 5, it is going to check. Yes, it is true. Then it will repeat the loop, right? And it will perform sum is equal to sum plus I, which is nothing but 1 plus, now what is the value of I? I is 2. 1 plus 2. So after that, I will be incremented. So I becomes I plus plus. So I value was 2. Now from 2 it will become 3. So again it is checked, is 3 less than or equal to 5. Yes, true. Then it will perform sum is equal to sum plus I, right? So already sum was 1 plus 2. Now I value is 3. Now it becomes, see, this was sum already. This was our sum, which I have shown here. Now it becomes 3. Now I will be incremented. So I becomes from 3 to 4. Now 4 is being checked. Is 4 less than or equal to 5? Yes, true. It repeats the for loop. It repeats the loop. Sum is equal to sum plus I, which is equal to sum is now 1 plus 2 plus 3. This whole thing is stored in sum. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 was there inside the sum. Now do this, I value is added, right? So after adding, it is going to increment I. It is going to check, is I less than or equal to 5? Now the value of I was 4, so it will become 5 after performing I plus plus. So is 5 less than or equal to 5 is being checked. Yes, it is still true as we have written, less than or equal to. Once more it is going to perform sum is equal to sum plus I. So our sum was 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So to this, I value will be added. So sum now will contain 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. After this, I is incremented. Now I becomes, it was 5. Now from 5 it becomes 6. So is 6 less than or equal to 5? So this is false. So it will come out of the loop, right? So when it comes out of the loop, what is the value of our sum? Our sum is already 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. That was the purpose of our program, right? So we are also supposed to find out average. So average is nothing but sum divided by number of elements. So 5 elements are there, 1 2 3 4 5. So it will be sum divided by 5. But as we are going to get fractional values, and I have declared the sum as integer, whereas average is float. To retain the fractional values, we are going to typecast it, that is temporarily converting the data type. So though sum is integer, we temporarily convert it into float. So our answer will contain the fractional values also. Then I save it in average. Then after that we are going to print the average and sum, get ch, and this is the end of the program. Similarly, we have many other examples which I have already given in notes. Just go through it. If you have any doubts, just contact me. Like we have one more program wherein I have written find sum of odd numbers, even numbers, and average of all the numbers between 1 to n. Right? How do you find even number? If a number is divisible by 2, then we say it is an even number. So to perform that, I am going to use modulus. Now modulus will give always the remainder value. So if a number is divided by 2 and its remainder is 0, it means the number is divisible by 2. So to perform that, we are going to use modulo symbol. So we try to divide the number by 2, and if the remainder is equal to 0, then we assume it as even number. Otherwise, we consider it as a odd number. Right? So try to analyze this program, which is already given in the notes, and come back to me. We have one more such like finding factorial of n numbers, write a program to reverse a number, right? Then to repeat the application to find area of the circle, right? So many examples I have given. After that I have also discussed about difference between while loop and do while loop. Just go through this, right? So we will end the video here. We will discuss in the next video. By then, thank you.